Bonjour les petits poulets, désolé du retard. J'ai des trucs à faire et ça m'a pris plus de temps que prévu. Donc je suis désolé pour le retard. J'espère que vous allez bien, que vous passez un bon après-midi. Et bah voilà, donc on va se lancer dans la dernière run, je pense, de Chicken Police. Et donc,
Honestly, I wasn't
arrivé à
anything good, but
l'hôpital psychiatrique pour voir le jumeau, là, Albert Wessler. Pour ne pas dire Wesker.
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
Bon. Un résident, mais est-il évil?
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out. This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
Votre tête n'est pas inconnue.
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him?
Oh.
M.B. Davis himself?
Musicien?
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no, no, no. Poor devil.
Pauvre vieux. D'accord, on a le couloir, on a l'infirmière.
We should go to reception first. Let them know we're here.
Très bizarre.
It's very
special.
On dirait un dessin d'enfant. c'est chelou, ouais. J'aimerais bien connaître l'artiste qui l'a fait. Alors.
Ah, like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Of all the great
Même pas sa tête.
Greetings, miss.
Ah, c'est n'importe quoi.
Is it really you?
Je m'en étouffe.
Well, yes.
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
On peut dire qu'elle est haut perchée.
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumy, that's fantastic.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little
là, ça fait
girl.
peur.
Indeed.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Nouvelle info personnelle, on voit même pas sa tête.
I am.
Comme sur la
I just
photo.
needed some
Ah, pour les photos
air.
de classe, ça devait être sympa.
So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Un peu trop coopérative, là, madame. Alors... Ah oui, donc elle fait partie des persos. La pauvre, même sur la photo on n'a pas sa tête. Girafe. Pleine de vie, pleine d'espoir, pleine de quasiment tout d'ailleurs. Et c'est une énorme fan de Duo, malheureusement. Une infirmière d'une gentillesse inouïe qu'on a rencontrée à la réception de l'asile. Elle s'appelle Miranda et c'est une si grande fan des inspecteurs poulets que ça en devient gênant. Ouais. Si grande fan qu'on n'en voit pas sa tête.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty.
Ah non,
Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
Coucou Haru. Mais ouais, mais c'est eux. Ils ont mis 18 plus. Et ils te l'avaient pas déjà demandé. Bah, normalement, ils le demandent avant chaque truc. Ouais, j'ai été surpris aussi. Peut-être parce qu'il y avait un peu de sang. Peut-être parce qu'on voit les tableaux aussi. Mais c'est vrai que je me demande. Il y a d'autres jeux qui mériteraient plus d'être 18 plus quoi. Cessius Quetzalcoatl.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
Ah oui, d'accord.
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho... what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
Putain, j'ai envie de manger des nuggets maintenant, fais chier.
That's really good to know.
Chicken.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so. Now, what can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Voilà, Shadi.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
J'ai eu du mal à vous suivre sur Discord. Hein. Vous m'avez mis des pavés là tous les deux. C'est bien, c'est bien. Ça entretient le Discord, c'est cool. Partir à l'un de notre patient.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Olé. Fais-nous une fleur.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
Ah oui, non, c'est bien, oui. Ah non, mais c'est pas, je critique pas, au contraire. Hein. C'est une bonne chose. Hein. C'est bien de vous voir débattre comme ça.
All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
J'ai même parlé de ce qui se fait. Vraiment, un esprit pire que tordu.
Oh, we won't.
Bon, on a tous l'esprit tordu.
Promise.
C'est pas grave.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
Ah oui, non, mais c'est bien, c'est bien. Si ça peut faire avancer ton écriture, c'est une bonne chose.
We need to let them know we're here first. No.
Oh, j'ai regardé la fenêtre.
Insane ghosts in the woods, Marty.
Sonny, it's not funny.
Bon, est-ce que je peux monter maintenant?
Dr. Quetzal will see you.
Ah.
He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
C'est noté.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss,
Ah, il a
but let's
disparu
hope for
comme
the
c'était
best.
étonnant.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same about us.
Exactly.
Serpent.
Great wild ones, you scared
Après
the
le
hell out
varan,
of
le
me.
serpent.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell. And birds
Sac à main
used to
ambulant.
be our prey once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Ah, j'adore.
An isle of reason in a sea of insanity.
Insanity is such a strong word, and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does
Sans
insanity
cela, des
start?
questions
And how long is
intéressantes.
one not insane?
Je trouve qu'il abuse un peu des S.
Interesting questions. Am
Oui, il a des
I
bras, oui.
normal?
Mais oui, en
Or
fait, ils ont
are
un corps
you?
humain et une
Maybe
tête animale.
neither of us.
D'ailleurs, il y avait un... Comment dire? Il y avait un squelette chez... Enfin, un squelette, Bah, il y avait aussi un squelette chez le docteur Chouette, là, le docteur Hibou. Où tu vois bien le corps est humain, mais la tête est animale. Non, non, c'est un serpent. Parce qu'il y a eu un lézard, il y a un varan du Komodo dans les persos. Mais celui-là, c'est bien un serpent. Donc en fait, ouais, jusqu'au cou, c'est des hommes, enfin, ils ont un corps humain, et pour la tête, c'est vraiment la partie animale. Mais par contre, c'est marrant parce que je sais plus, il y a un animal, je sais plus lequel, il a des poils au niveau des bras, donc je pense que ça varie, mais je pense que le corps globalement il est humain, quoi.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give
Vous
you
voyez,
an
contrairement à une série
appointment.
comme Black Sad, où là c'est vraiment des animaux complètement anthropomorphes, avec vraiment tout le corps de forme humaine, mais vraiment avec des poils, avec voilà l'équivalent des bois quand c'est, enfin les pattes quand c'est des animaux, les tout, c'est, enfin je m'exprime très mal. Mais là ils ont vraiment un corps humain.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're all...
Marty, clock up. Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal too, like all our residents.
Moi c'est pas rassurant ça. Bah bonne
With
question.
the significant difference
c'est le
of
serpent
you
sans
being a
plume.
doctor and not a patient. Am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the
Je sais
truth?
pas, il a peut-être mué, il a peut-être perdu ses plumes.
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
Ma fils.
I see. That makes sense.
Qu'est-ce qu'on n'a pas vu encore? Ça. La fenêtre.
Is this cell like the others?
I would rather call it a room. But yes, it's like all the others, except there are
Quel que
even
soit,
bigger ones
il met à
than
boire en
this.
plume et qui chante mon truc en plume. Et en fait, son vrai nom c'est Zizi Jean-Mère. On t'a grillé, Quetzal. On connaît ton identité secrète la nuit. Bon, je crois que j'ai tout vu. Ouais.
A snake. I can't help it, but they make my feathers stand on end.
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
Oh là.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuous Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it
Sérieux.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Spécifique.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know. It's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
Oh, bah, ça tombe mal, ça.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
Bon. Alors...
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
J'ai pour level up Shaley.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
Tiens, schizophrénie comme par hasard.
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on
Et il se prend pour son frère.
insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
Grâce à sa majesté.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance. Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her.
Je suis quasiment
But I
sûr
never
qu'il la
had the
connaît.
pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
Ok.
So,
Let's
Ah
see.
oui, on va passer à l'interrogatoire. Alors, il est très mystérieux, mais je vais pas en tirer parti. Je dois me concentrer sur les pièces les plus étranges du puzzle.
So, when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Oh, je me prends plus la tête. Hein. Si je me foire, je me foire. Ça, c'est sûr. Tout à fait d'accord. C'est sûrement vrai.
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve,
Voilà, ça,
maybe the first week
Sylvestre.
of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Ouais.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
Alors, dites-moi, vous aura-t-il menacé de quelque façon? Quel genre de traitement? Énigmatique, pointilleux. Je peux en tirer parti, je dois me concentrer sur les pièces les plus étranges du puzzle.
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong
Ah oui,
with him?
d'accord, ils l'ont pris comme ça.
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
C'est bizarre ça. Comment avez-vous perçu Albert pour la première fois que vous l'avez rencontré? Vous pensez qu'il était une menace pour les autres? Quel était son rapport avec vous? Je vais parler en termes scientifiques du coup, parce que je vais apprendre des trucs. Comment avez-vous perçu? Pensez-vous qu'il était une menace?
How did you
Première.
see Albert when you first met?
Albert was shy and reserved, like a ghost. He almost never touched anything. It was evident he was exceptionally intelligent. He measured and observed everything around him.
What else?
He was delicate and graceful, almost like a woman. Yes. He was rather feminine. He was an artist, Mr. Featherland, a magnificent painter, and rather good
Ils l'ont
writer,
renfermé parce que
too.
c'est un artiste.
Sometimes I even heard him sing.
Why did he have to be locked up?
I asked the same thing at first.
Ah, pas mal.
Are you telling me
Ah oui,
Albert
c'est
had
ça, schizo.
multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no
Serpent
other
albino,
reason for the cause of his
Ah, je sais pas.
seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions.
laissé partir comme
until
ça.
the last time, when he...
Quetzal's not
Ah, merde,
only
je sais,
very
je sais plus
observant,
là.
but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
Pointilleux, d'accord. Quand et pourquoi Albert a-t-il quitté l'hôpital pour la première fois? Il a une sensibilité spéciale pour les hommes sensibles. Je vous demande tout de suite de stopper cette discussion. Quitter cet endroit, vous me cachez des choses, je me trompe. Alors Albert pouvait entrer et sortir comme lui semblait. Obsédé par les détails. Quand as-tu quitté? Vous êtes intenable. Bah non, je vais pas dire vous me cachez des choses. Quand vous pouvez laisser Albert quitter cet endroit, alors vous pouvez entrer et sortir comme bon lui semblait.
So Albert could just walk in and out.
Far from it, Mr. Featherland. Though Mr. Hobart Wessler had appeared on many occasions and took Albert with him. At those times, he usually brought him back the same day,
Bah, je sais
or the
pas,
next,
ouais.
at the latest.
What was the purpose of these outings?
C'est intéressant de savoir pourquoi il
Albert
sortait.
Wessler was working on a painting, Mr. Featherland.
Est-ce que c'est pas le tableau de l'entrée?
Oh, yes, the painting. It's all starting to come together now.
So, you've heard about the painting.
Sure I have.
Ah merde. Bon. Albert, vous a-t-il déjà dit comment il se sentait à propos de ce tableau? Albert, vous a-t-il déjà parlé de Natacha? Albert, vous a-t-il parlé de sa relation avec son frère? Alors la première ou la troisième? Peut-être plus la troisième, parce que comme il se sentait à propos de ce tableau, je sais pas. Sa relation avec son frère. Quand il mue au niveau de la peau, il mue seulement de la tête ou du corps? Ah mais les questions, bah de la tête je pense. Vu qu'il a pas d'écailles sur le corps. Ah j'hésite entre la première et la troisième. Il parlait de sa relation avec son frère. Ah, je suis curieux de savoir au niveau de son frère, ouais.
Did
Ah, tant
Albert
pis.
tell you about his relationship with his brother?
Rarely. He respected and loved his brother, but when he came to talk, he was usually angry.
Oh, why?
Oh, fear, jealousy, frustration, rivalry, maybe all of these combined.
Ah ouais? Ah!
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly,
J'aurais dû
Mr.
insister sur le timing.
Featherland. Every time he came back, he was...
Mais c'est pas grave!
Doctor.
On va tricher!
So when
Albert and...
what kind of special treatment
You know, if an institution like ours has to...
and complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case.
Je crois que j'avais déjà fait ça, ouais. Comment vous perçu? Quel était son rapport avec vous?
How did you see?
Ça aussi.
Are you telling Quetzal's?
Ok. Voilà.
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if
Et
we'd
si ça
ever
se
see him
trouve,
again.
les deux dirigeaient les affaires en même temps. Et l'autre prenait la place du frère quand il revenait.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him.
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the
Encore une
empty
autre
wall.
personnalité.
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship. He was working on a painting for his brother.
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
Oh, exactly.
Oh.
So you already knew about that.
Yes, Dr. Quetzal, I've seen it.
D'accord. Relation avec son frère, vous avez dit comme il se sentait à propos de ce tableau. Ah oui, ok, donc là j'avais dit, bah, je vais parler au niveau du tableau du coup. Donc, Albert est parti de nombreuses fois.
Did Albert tell you how he felt about the painting? From the first moment, he loved it. He was fascinated by it. But who could blame him? A little diversity, fresh air, a beautiful lady, and of course, on top of all that, he could finally do what he loved best.
Par contre, je suis sûr qu'il pouvait pas voir son frère en peinture.
Which could be a surprisingly effective therapy.
It could have been. Unfortunately, these excursions have greatly intensified his seizures. They have become more frequent and extreme.
Ah, good.
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Ah,
Exactly.
Tasha.
He was obsessed. Right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out, or cut off, I don't know exactly, and he was blinded in one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was missing.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert.
Alors, si vous n'avez pas pensé qu'Albert était vulnérabilité si vous se sent sur le dos. Vous avez pensé qu'Albert avait eu un accident. Je comprends que ça puisse être difficile pour vous d'en parler, mais allez-vous examiner ces blessures avec attention. Alors... Ouais, je pense que la deuxième...
Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland, but even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off, and his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
I totally agree.
Concentre docteur, qu'est-il arrivé à Albert d'après vous? Reprenez-vous Doc, dans quel état se trouve Albert après l'incident? Peut-être concentrez-vous parce que... Concentrez-vous, reprenez-vous. Dans quel état se trouvait Albert après l'incident? Ouais, mais là c'est plus médical quoi. L'autre c'est plus... ça fait pas trop médical. Ouais, ouais. Alors du coup je sais pas, entre concentrez-vous ou reprenez-vous. Dans quel état... Concentrez-vous, qu'est-il arrivé à Albert d'après vous? Il est vulnérable, donc il faut que je m'en serve, donc ça serait plutôt concentrez-vous. Parce que là, dans quel état se trouve Albert? Enfin, je sais pas, j'hésite entre les deux. Chier. Concentration. Ouais, ouais, ouais. Parce que reprenez-vous, ça fait agressif. Bon, allez, va pour
Concentrate, doctor. What do you think happened to
attention,
Albert?
un TO de 2 minutes si c'est pas la bonne réponse.
I'm sure it was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would he do that?
Oh. Surtout si on veut pas qu'il se... Oui, oui, oui.
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
You're welcome, Detective.
Bon, ça va, t'as de la chance.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother.
Moi je me demande, je pense que c'est l'inverse en fait. C'était Albert qui a torturé son frère, justement par rapport à Natasha. Et c'est pour ça qu'il est dans un état végétatif.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff.
Le mystère de la
even the
chambre jaune.
patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
Ah, 100%, good. Mon deuxième 100%. Alors, du coup, qu'est-ce qu'on a eu comme indice? Disparu, on a bien une idée de ce qui a pu lui arriver. C'est une légende vivante. Ah merde. Non. Froid, distant, professionnel, et il me fout les jetons. Le professeur est un génie universel, scientifique, écrivain, philosophe, et que sais-je d'autre. La famille du professeur dirige cet établissement psychiatrique depuis plus de 100 ans. Sacré héritage, non? Il est fort, réservé, incroyablement professionnel dans son domaine, mais ce qui est arrivé à Albert ne l'a pas laissé de marbre. C'est pas surprenant, je crois. Léonard de Vinci. Le wrestler a disparu de l'asile. Il a fait sortir plusieurs fois pour les peindre ce tableau fatidique. Je crois qu'il y a un mobile, messieurs. Qu'est-ce qu'il me reste? Ah oui. Tuer son propre frère, le wrestler, et demander à Zip de se débarrasser du corps, ce qui me semble le plus plausible pour l'instant. Depuis sa fondation, il n'y a eu qu'une tentative de conquérir Cloville. Cette occupation d'un demi-siècle a commencé en l'an 622 et a duré jusqu'en 677. Pendant cette période, l'Empire Harar s'est emparé de tous les territoires de Cloville, à l'exception de ses colonies qui, au final, avec l'aide de Swolasso et Vlavoslavia, ont repris le contrôle de Cloville. Putain, les noms. Les noms. Bon, bah, ok. C'est flippant. Ouais. Et on peut pas partir, donc il y a encore des choses à faire.
This.
Well, it must have been made by one of the patients, so it's understandable.
It's the handiwork of our director.
Ah, c'est le directeur.
He's not only a
Putain.
scientist, but he's a great painter
C'est
too.
flippant.
I see.
Well, it's lovely to have a hobby.
That's right, Marty. Art heals, doesn't it?
Exactly, officers.
D'accord. Très bizarre. Ouais. Je peux pas lui parler. Ouais, il y a peut-être...
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly
Bah oui, c'était pas
mutilated,
lui forcément.
he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out,
Bah oui, il fallait
and
pas
his
qu'il parle et
tongue
il pouvait pas
torn
écrire.
out, he'd be
Forcément.
different,
Bah oui,
but
il a pris la place de
not
son
like
frère.
this.
Bah oui, il a pris la place de son frère. Et l'autre, il avait aucun moyen de dire que c'était pas lui. C'est
We
incroyable.
believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room.
Je pense qu'elle faire peindre la
Mr.
peinture de
Wessler
Natasha,
lived
il a
in
pété un plomb encore
exceptional
plus.
circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's surprising.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and
Un sacre odeur.
great expectations.
What the dickens?
Martin, tu as raté ta vocation, tu as dû être œnologue.
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
Renifle
I'm
mal
on
aussi.
it, boss bird.
Je veux un bouquin à prendre.
You know, I don't think he had it so bad in here.
You mean apart from being separated from everyone you love in an ancient mansion filled with madmen?
You're right.
Marty le poulet œnologue.
As always.
Ah, ça le fait. Fresque glauque, secrétaire. Non, je vais déjà regarder la fresque glauque.
No way. Is this some kind of puzzle?
I don't think so. But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
Ah, je peux dessiner. Tracer une ligne. Non, moi je vais éviter de taguer le mur. On va déjà regarder le reste.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre?
Look at that. A letter. Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. Two men and one woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Ouais.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Tout de
Of
suite.
all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination, old bird.
Irrécupérable. Irrécupérable. Ah, cette musique elle stresse. J'ai déjà regardé ce que j'ai récupéré.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may...
Oui, ok. Et la lettre.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that. What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed. So
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
if I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy.
Et on fait rien avec
But all right,
le
let's
dessin.
go home.
Bah oui, mais c'est ça, c'est ce que j'avais grillé le truc. Hein. Ah mais non, moi je voulais... Ah, je peux pas regarder le mur, je voulais voir s'il y avait un truc à faire, un dessin. Apparemment non. Bon. Bah de toute façon on peut aller qu'ici, donc ça règle la question.
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two again?
Take them out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't
Oh,
worry, Sonny.
sérieux?
I was born to do this.
Oh là là. Défoncer le moteur, moi tu vas voir.
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
On dirait ils sont... C'est des feuilles de papier les animaux. Allez.
Whew. Well, that was close.
Oui, c'était moins une.
A little too close for my taste, and it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Oh, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece
Vraiment
by piece.
les retire.
Let's start from the beginning. So,
Ah,
we got
parti
a
en
case.
quête. Bon. Suspect potentiel. Reprenons depuis le début, on a donc une affaire. Ah oui d'accord, donc c'est ça, donc ça va être la lettre. Ah, c'est pas maintenant, d'accord. Oui, ok. Non! Message de Natacha. Ah oui, morceau de tableau, bah oui. Voilà. Natacha a essayé de nous cacher le tableau. Natacha voulait qu'on trouve le tableau pour elle. Natacha a tenté de nous montrer le tableau. Natacha devait détruire le tableau pour cacher ce qui est arrivé à Albert Wessler. Ah, c'est pas ça. Donc c'est... Ah, bah merde! Bah ok. C'est une blague. Mais quoi, c'est aucun des deux? C'est aucun des quatre? Et ils me disent que c'est ça. Une réponse E? quoi? Ils mettent que c'est ça et je peux pas... J'ai aucun lien avec les trucs.
Natasha tried to show
Eh oui,
us
mais
the
je l'ai
painting.
fait! Je sais qu'elle a tenté, mais pourquoi ça passait pas tout à l'heure? C'est n'importe quoi. Au secours. Bon, c'est encore... ça va être...
And that painting would have shown us the way.
Le corps qui est manifestement disparu. Le chemin qui menait à Iben et Albert Wessler, Albert Rapport et Natacha.
To Ibn and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
Alors... Ah oui, je suis con si je mets pas le truc.
Which made Albert...
S'est échappé de l'asile pour vivre, sera un vieux fou dans la forêt sombre qui entoure les lieux. Et tombe amoureux Natacha, s'est échappé de l'asile pour se cacher dans un secret que nous devons trouver. Une nuit, il a tué son frère et pris ce qu'elle pense à sa place. Bah oui, c'est ça.
Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
Affaire classée.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What? No, I snorted.
Non mais non, je rigole jamais.
No, you laughed.
Ah, just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up. Hey, Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team.
Il a pas bégayé?
What is it?
Il bégaye plus?
You, Lewis, you don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted.
Ça y
It
est,
happens
il recommence.
sometimes.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis.
Le pauvre.
You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the chicken police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny, don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Du coup... Et ça y est. Voilà, on a la toute dernière info. C'est ça qu'a pu s'essayer de se débarrasser pour la 3e fois, sans succès bien sûr. J'espère qu'il n'y aura pas de 4e fois. J'espère pas non plus.
I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here. Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change.
Faut que t'arrêtes de donner des noms à ton flingue.
You think you'll need your fake badge?
I never needed a badge, Marty.
What a punchline.
It's more like a kind of good luck charm. It reminds me of who I should be.
And? Does it work?
No, Marty. Not really.
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence. Not in the slightest. That's why we go unannounced.
And with big guns.
Exactly.
I like this new Sonny.
There is no new Sonny. Just the old ones had enough.
Grosse Bertha 2.
Ah, Her Majesty Bertha II.
My drumstick still hurts every time I see her.
Ah oui, c'est que celle-là qui lui a tiré dessus. Et t'as une pâte de poulet pour lui porter bonheur. C'est peut-être... Non, c'est peut-être pas, mais... Non.
Be glad you're
Pas trop,
alive.
non.
Bertha rarely leaves witnesses.
Et on sait toujours pas pourquoi et dans quel contexte il lui a tiré dessus. Hein. Ah, sa bouteille.
If we survive this, can we crack this open?
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You're saying I'm not special enough?
I was joking. If we survive this, we'll drink it to the last drop.
Now you're talking.
Ah, c'est quoi?
If our theory's correct, this photo will hurt more than a bullet.
That's the plan.
It's a little outdated, but I understand why you're so attached to it.
It can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty, and the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of bad habits.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty, you are.
Nino, ça marche. La bonne Poscawa. Bah là on est sur la fin du jeu, je pense. Hein. On a dénoué le fil de l'histoire. Est-ce qu'on a fait tous les endroits du coup? Ah non, il manque un lieu. Ah bah la résidence secondaire, ok. On va peut-être retourner aux autres endroits.
Ah, you know, Sonny, few places are as cozy
Prenez
as
pour
the
le
hot
café.
dog at dawn.
You have a
Fais
point.
du café, prépare du café pour tout le monde, Nino. Valordi, elle m'a dit que tu joues à des jeux chelous. Ouais, quand même, hein, moi je joue à des jeux chelous et vos filles de 9 et 13 ans regardent des films d'horreur quand même, alors. Je sais pas ce qui est le plus chelou.
The silence, the fog,
C'est
the
une enquête,
sunshine
hein.
slowly devouring the sleeping
Dis-lui
city.
que c'est une enquête, hein, sinon elle va se poser des questions.
The smell.
Yeah, The Cobbler District has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure. But wait, do you smell that?
Ah, c'est un peu Zootopia, hein, en fait.
Ah, it seems Zip is ready with the first batch of coffee.
That's waiting only for us, my friend.
Mon poulet. Mais non, mais j'aime bien les jeux d'enquête et... Oh putain, elle est plus là la mouche.
Well,
Oui, parce que
he's out.
moi ça je trouve ça
He's
spécial,
brave
hein. Je connais
indeed,
peu de gens,
or
comme
an
je te
idiot.
dis, que tu lui dis, hein, moi ma fille de 10 ans, elle peut pas regarder tous les Harry Potter, hein, parce que c'est trop violent, mais alors, 9 ans, waouh.
They're often the same, Marty, and you should know.
Je crois que c'est la dernière fois où on pourra parler à tout le monde.
Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him, about Wessler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure of that.
That's the Zip we know and love.
Thanks, Marty. So, why you here?
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. Nope.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Putain, vous savez quoi, je viens d'y penser. Je crois que le truc sur la machine c'était marqué Break Me. J'ai même pas fait gaffe en fait. J'ai appuyé dessus alors qu'en fait il te donne la solution littéralement quoi. Ah bah ouais, j'aime bien faire des jeux pas forcément connus quoi. Bah c'est au feeling hein, c'est pas... J'ai pas envie de faire du jeu pour faire du jeu que tout le monde fait, que voilà, moi c'est suivant ce que j'ai envie de faire. Hein, c'est... Après les gens suivent, ils suivent pas, bah tant pis hein. Non, j'avais pas remarqué. Moi, je pensais titre de chanson, j'ai pas fait gaffe qu'en fait il me disait de casser le truc. Non, là je vais retourner peut-être sur des jeux un peu plus conventionnels, mais voilà, c'est de temps en temps un petit jeu indé qui sort des sentiers battus, c'est bien.
And what do you expect will happen?
They'll either let us in, or we'll blow open the doors and go in guns blazing. How hard can it be?
Well, I'm not sure you know what you're up against, boys, but it's your funeral. I'm just glad I got to know the legendary chicken police.
Hey, don't write us off yet.
I'm just getting ready for all possibilities, Marty. Hey, chicken coppers,
Yeah, Zip?
take care of your feathers for me, okay?
Will do, Zip.
Don't worry. I'll protect this smelly old bird.
Ça fait moins depuis. Hein. Ils sont mignons. Et mon café, il est où?
Let's say hi to the old trap.
You mean a last goodbye, right?
All in all, thanks, Zip. You've been a great help.
Thank you too, boys. You really opened my eyes. If I see Wessler again or any of his goons, I'm gonna plug him right there.
I'm not sure that's what we're suggesting.
Bon.
Hey, Zip, listen here. This coffee, it's 2 days old.
And?
Nothing.
Elle est passée où la mouche?
Why don't you hire a cook, Zip? Or at least a dishwasher? I know just the guy. Strapping young lad, got quite a big mouth, but he's not that bad.
Don't you mean that Marty guy? I heard horrible things about him.
They say he names all his guns.
Well, he's a flop with chicks.
Hits first, asks later.
Yeah, a real chicken shit.
Hey, I'm right here.
We know, Marty. That's why it's fun.
Blow me, both of you.
Allez vous faire pondre. Et voilà Nino, t'apprends plein de nouvelles insultes mignonnes que tu peux dire à tes filles. Allez vous faire pondre, voilà. C'était quoi l'autre espèce de... Un poussin au lieu de putain, voilà. Poussin de merde. On va retourner au kiosque.
Well, if we have anything else to ask the old beaver, this is the last chance.
Hey, don't steal my style.
Ah ouais, les dialogues sont excellents.
Just learning from the best.
Ah, puis franchement, le sous-titrage, il est nickel. J'ai pas vu une faute d'orthographe. Les jeux de mots sont bien... sont
Let
drôles.
me give you some advice.
Plein de clins
Don't.
d'œil.
Does the name Albert mean anything to you?
I know multiple Alberts, Sonny. Which one do you mean?
Albert Wessler.
I see you're in a funny mood, Sonny boy.
I'm not joking, Mullen, but I'm surprised there's something I
Mais
know
grave.
and you don't.
Surtout quand tu vois qu'il y a 8 heures de dialogue. Imagine le nombre
And
de
who
textes.
is this Albert, anyway? Ibn Wessler's hidden son, maybe?
Even better, my friend. His secret twin brother.
Oh, you've walked into trouble there.
I was hoping you could tell me something useful
J'aurais
about
bien aimé
it.
avoir un jumeau caché, moi.
I can, Sonny boy. Avoid him. Avoid the whole Wessler family. Those who happen upon secrets that deep sink without a trace.
Well, I used to be a professional swimmer.
Pêcheur professionnel.
Didn't you?
No, I didn't.
I lied. What do you know about that asylum? What's it called?
Since there's only one of those around Clawville, I know which one you mean, Sonny. It's an ancient mansion, easily around 100 years old for
En
sure.
plus, on a vu avec
or
Harold
more.
qu'il y avait plein de
What do you want to
références
know about it anyway?
bah, Resident Evil. Tu regardes déjà Albert Wessler, voilà. T'as le manoir, t'as un raton laveur, celui qu'on avait avant à Raccoon, pour Raccoon City.
We
T'as plein de
actually
trucs.
just got out of there.
That explains everything.
Je suis con, t'étais là en plus. T'en as vu la plupart.
Seriously, what do you know about it?
The place is self-sufficient in theory, but in reality, the Crown maintains it. No one knows the exact reason why, but according to gossip, they used to keep someone in there. Someone who was either part of the royal family or just very close to the fire. But who knows? Maybe it's just a legend.
Well, they say we're legends too, and we're standing right in front of you. Am I right?
What can I say then? This whole
Même
city
t'as plein de
is full
trucs à
of
la
legends.
littérature, au film noir des années 30, plein
This
de
Albert,
conneries comme ça.
he had to paint a picture of Natasha at his brother's request.
Plus Natasha, enfin c'est avec sa famille qui a été tuée, enfin un peu
let me
Anastasia
guess.
quoi.
He fell in love with her.
Yeah, classic, huh? Then he killed his brother and took his place.
Yeah, well, that's a classic too. So, you're telling me who goes by Ibn Wessler is not really Ibn Wessler?
Exactly. He's Albert, a dangerous lunatic with multiple personality disorder.
Ha ha, lads, I guess that Miss Marble's going to write another one of those novels about this.
You mean Meredith? Oh, that's just what we need.
Once you sold your soul, it's too late to cry about it, sonny boy.
That's what I keep telling him.
Do you know Dr. Quetzal?
Do you mean Professor Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah, now you laugh at this, but we went to university together.
Oh,
You
sérieux?
did what?
Do I not look the type to you?
No, well, I didn't mean that. I just didn't know you went to university.
I studied psychology, sonny, only I forgot to graduate. That's when my father died.
Ah merde.
So that's why you know the animals
Bah
so
oui, tu
well.
m'étonnes.
No, I know them well because I have a newspaper stand and I talk to hundreds of animals each day. And I listen to the everyday problems of almost all of them. There's no better lesson in animal studies.
You surprise me every time, old beaver. And what do you know about him? Can he be trusted?
You're afraid he screwed you? He looks like a terribly dishonest snake, but don't let your prejudices overshadow what your wattle tells you. Quetzal's one of the kindest-hearted and most honest animals I've ever known.
Ah non, je pense pas. Je suis fatigué, puis étant donné que j'ai déjà fait un stream hier soir, je vais épargner, surtout que je ris très fort et tout, et donc le coloc, je vais lui épargner ça 2 soirs de suite. Hein. Je suis fatigué, je pense que je vais me poser devant des séries. Ouais, je ferai les jeux une autre fois.
That's good to know, Uncle Mullen. Or rather, Professor Mullen.
Hey, 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 don't get cocky with me, little chickie.
Ah oui, moi quand je ris c'est horrible, hein, donc là voilà quoi. Surtout qu'à mon avis je serai sûrement en vocal dimanche chez Aurel pour le Mario Kart, donc je vais éviter de faire 3 vocals dans la semaine.
What do you know about the Wessler Mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you, or 2.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous? It's a fortress, so it has giant walls, watchtowers, and of course, Wessler's hired thugs are waiting for you there.
Yeah, sounds great.
Ah non, en plus j'ai vu qu'ils ont mis la suite de The Witcher, donc je vais me poser pépouze devant. Je vais m'endormir devant, je pense aussi.
It's a beautiful place, I must admit. At least you'll kick the bucket with mouths hanging open in wonder.
That's something.
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
Ah oui, putain, le garde-robe, les armoires, la buanderie et le Kyrax, oui, tu m'étonnes. Bon, bah je crois que c'est tout. Ah, bah, en plus, il m'a rien appris de plus, donc... Des fois, ça fait du bien de se poser.
Sun's not even up yet, and you're already open?
You know what's my secret, sonny boy?
What?
I never close.
Sérieux?
Clever.
How can I help you, lads? I see.
Well, Sonny's going to die. I'm just wrapping up a delicate case.
So, you'll be off to the Wessler residency then?
Putain, il ferme jamais son kiosque.
You're
Incroyable.
sharp, old beaver.
Well, me dear lads, I'm glad I got to know you.
Hey.
That I'm just kidding.
Bon, où je dois aller maintenant? Hot c'est fait. Ah, je peux être là? Ah, d'accord. Je pensais que je pouvais revisiter les autres endroits, mais non, apparemment. Et GG pour les level up chez Nino. Les musiciens atmosphériques. Ah bah voilà l'hôtel. Ah bah je peux aller partout. Enfin presque partout. Je peux retourner à l'hôtel. On va aller voir le doc. Ah Ursula. Tiens voilà, c'est ça que je vous disais au niveau des animaux. Du coup le corps humain et la tête animale. C'est vraiment un corps humain complet, hein. C'est exactement ça quoi.
It's almost impossible to think of you as a real doctor, old bird.
According to rumor, that is.
Believe it or not, I had a great future ahead of me. But the world simply wasn't ready for my genius.
Well,
Ça
it
va les
probably never
chevilles,
will
hein.
be.
J'ai level, je peux me mettre au montage, me remettre au montage. Ah, ça marche. Merci pour le lurk.
Ooh.
Alors, du coup, est-ce que c'est son père?
How's
Ça,
it
c'est toujours
going,
pas.
Papa Bubo?
Very well, thank you. I've lost a bit of weight recently because of my death, you know.
Bah oui, c'est un peu ça.
Ah, I see. Sorry to hear that. Get well soon, Papa.
J'ai pas XP moi.
Thanks, son.
One more thing, Paps.
Yes, my boy.
You done?
Yeah, sorry.
Les gamins.
Sorry.
Good evening, Papa Bubo.
Voilà, on a bien rigolé.
No hard feelings?
What can I say, boys? I have a big, soft heart.
Ah, y a pas que le Gurk et voilà, hein. Je rentrerai pas dans les détails.
You sure do, Ursula.
like a nice hot cup of tea?
Ah oui, une petite tasse de thé, s'il vous plaît.
No thanks, we just came to say goodbye.
Why? You going somewhere? Traveling?
No, we're
on
just
va en faire.
visiting a nice place in the city.
Ah mais oui, t'as vu? C'est incroyable.
Sonny's gonna die.
Shut up,
Comme il
Marty.
dit ça.
So it's a case. Well, be careful, boys. And I'm sorry I snapped
Voilà,
at you the
oui,
last
oui,
time.
on va dire oui, des jolis coussins.
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserved it.
You're a good boy, Sonny. And Marty's a downright saint.
Oh, come on, Ursula, stop that.
En rondeur et en poil. En rondeur et en poil. Ah là là.
How is the old owl?
He's old and grumpy. But he's always like that.
Ah, une petite boucle d'oreille.
Wait a minute. Isn't he supposed to sleep now?
He is. I mean, Reginald's never truly asleep. Not entirely. He just shuts down.
Even now?
Yes.
I gotta see that.
Hey, Boobo.
Il dort les yeux ouverts.
Hello, old man.
Is he asleep?
But his eyes are open.
Boobo!
What is it?
L'enfoiré.
I wasn't sleeping.
You were something.
What the hell are you doing here, chickens?
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant death of lead poisoning later tonight.
Would you shut the clock up, Marty? You're not funny.
I am a little bit.
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
Bingo. We're gonna put an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
Get yourself killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood, because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
Il adore.
Oh, thanks for the support, old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard.
Ah, du coup, qu'est-ce qu'on a eu de plus? On dirait que si la trouve moyen de se venger de Bobo, qu'est-ce que je peux dire? L'amour est une bête sanguinaire. Tout est revenu à sa place, Ursula est de retour et Bobo est toujours un bibou grincheux et supportable. L'équilibre de l'univers a été rétabli. Alléluia. Bon, je crois que maintenant on peut y aller. Kiosque. On va retourner une dernière fois à l'hôtel.
Should I say it?
I know, Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it. I'd be bored to death otherwise.
I've had enough stimulation for today.
C'est vrai qu'on l'a jamais vu de jour, la partie.
You know, pulling the trigger was the toughest decision of my life.
You mean when you shot me?
Yeah.
But it wasn't hard, because you thought you'd kill me.
Not at all, Sonny. I knew you'd survive. I wanted it to be a permanent injury and hurt like clucking hell. But I knew that everything would change from then on.
Pourquoi tu lui as
That something was gonna break between us?
Yeah. And that I was never gonna be the same either. With that shot, I also gunned down who I was, you know?
It really did hurt like hell.
I know.
I almost bled to death.
Almost was the goal.
And? Did you manage to forgive me since then?
Well, what hurt me wasn't what you did. I mean, of course it did, but what hurt the most was
Oui, mais qu'est-ce
you
qu'il y a
not
eu?
trusting me.
Ils sont chiants, ils tournent autour du pot, ils vont pas dire le... Je suis en gros comme une maison qui vont pas dire la
Not
raison.
until you pulled the trigger. At that moment, I knew you were right.
Yeah.
On veut savoir, bordel.
All right, enough sentimental crap. We have an insane rat waiting to be put behind bars, and a woman you gotta get.
What?
C'est dur.
Come on, Sonny. Even a blind bat can see it.
Oh well, clock again.
Yep.
Les ombres du passé de... qu'est-ce que j'ai comme info? Non, c'est pas ça. Qu'est-ce que je ferais sans toi, partenaire? Je suis sûr que t'es en train de je serais sûrement en train de croupir au fond du Times. Oh là, ça va plus.
You didn't have the chance to tell me what happened to your brother.
He left Clawville, and I haven't talked to him since.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I received an unexpected letter 2 weeks ago from the Sura province. Someone dropped it off at my door.
Was it him?
He wrote the letter, that's for sure. I could smell the jungle when I opened it. But whether he was the one who delivered it,
Have you tried to find him?
He'll find me if he wants to, Sonny. I know he's not guilty, and that's enough.
But he's still wanted in Clawville, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for playing a part in all of this.
I know, Sonny. The past is the past.
You know, you've truly changed, Marty. You tried to hide it, but you've changed.
Thanks, boss.
Just, don't call me boss, okay? We're part. I've also forgiven you, you know.
I don't remember asking for it.
I'm not mad anymore.
Blow me, Sonny. You always have to have the last word?
C'est plus poussin, c'est poussin de merde, voilà.
Of course not.
Bon, je crois qu'on
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Very funny.
Funny, because it's true. You know, I thought about it multiple times that you might be Meredith H. Marble.
We've met her on a number of occasions, Marty. Remember? Her real name is Susie.
Maybe Susie's just an actress you hired.
You've read too much of that cheap garbage, Marty. There's no conspiracy theory. Susie's just a money-hungry little dame who made a fortune off of us. That's all.
Yeah, you're disappointing.
I know.
I can't even recognize the city in daylight.
Like a raving lunatic while asleep, right? Well, I don't even know what to think.
I wouldn't like to be in your place, Sonny. But this doesn't change the things that already happened, you know? Your memories remain the same.
Easy to say, Marty, but I feel like nothing's the same anymore. Even my fondest memories have been stolen from me.
You mean she stole them?
Yeah.
Maybe you should look for her. You know, you could find her. You've got the connections.
I could have done it already. Maybe I was too cowardly.
Maybe you should go back to the nursery school.
I know you're just clucking with me, but believe it or not, I've thought about it.
And what's keeping you?
Un flic et la maternelle, non, il y a déjà le film.
I can't stand children. I can't talk to them, I can't drink or smoke with them, I just don't know what to do with them.
Non, faut pas boire avec les enfants ou fumer, encore moins. C'est pas... Non, c'est pas recommandé.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a problem.
Finalement, non, on retourne pas à la maternelle.
The blue side of the moon.
So, you know him after all.
Of course I know him. It's M.B. Davis, the greatest musician ever. But sometimes it's just fun to tease you, boss.
I'd like to know how many times you did that to me.
You see, I can still surprise you even after 10 years.
You know it's just 9, don't you?
Of course, I know.
Bon, allez, on va l'affronter. Le Big Boss. Je sais pas. Alors, Cloville possède 4 colonies. La plus grande et la plus riche d'entre elles est la province de Soubra, avec sa jungle très étendue et une savane encore plus vaste. La plupart des animaux exotiques vivant actuellement à Cloville viennent de cette province. Ok. Bon, bah c'est parti, je crois qu'on a refait tous les endroits du coup. Donc, non, on peut pas retourner à la boîte par contre. C'est con. C'est parti.
So, we're looking for more evidence?
No, I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it.
C'est ça, tais-toi. Alors...
Well, they couldn't even manage to scrape it off.
Useless pincushions.
They're always half-assed, Sonny. You drive me crazy.
Leave them be. Your record is perfect. You've been on the force for 15 years, almost 10 of that with me.
That's why I deserve a medal.
Get out. Wind down. Resign. Become... well, let's see. Anything.
Et GG pour level up, Sway. Merci pour le lurk.
If you only knew how much I've thought about that. But I'm simply not good at anything else. Either I'm a gangster or a cop. I've got too much of a backbone to be a gangster.
Also, to be a cop, Marty.
Bon.
You don't want to go in there just like that. It's a closed crime scene.
I hope you're just messing with me, Marty.
Of course I'm messing with you. Let's get inside there and see how much the boys have messed up the place. You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl...
Deborah.
Yeah, her body. I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
Ils ont failli griller tous les deux, sacré délire.
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be.
Salut Seb.
It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I swear.
Jure et craché.
All right. Let's hit the road.
Les ombres du passé 2.
Nice.
Ok, on va sortir les mêmes trucs. Alors... Qu'est-ce qu'on a mieux comme info? On dirait que Marty a joué au con pendant longtemps, juste pour constater la déchéance du grand Santino Featherland. Pour être honnête, je le comprends, et je crois que je l'ai mérité. Mais pourquoi il t'a tiré dessus? Ça me rend fou. Et jamais on le saura. C'est un running gag le truc. Ah mais où je le retrouve le Mister Ra là? C'est bien gentil, mais en plus il manque un lieu d'ailleurs. Ah, c'est ça, bah c'est le lieu où on va le trouver, mais... Comment le trouver? Peut-être que j'entends parler... Attends, il était où mon... Il était où Lewis? Qu'est-ce que j'appelle Lewis? Je crois que le kiosque il saura pas plus. Non, je peux demander. Il saura pas plus. Niveau non.
I've also forgiven you, you know. I'm not mad anymore.
Blow me, Sonny. You'll...
C'est quoi son numéro déjà? Juillet Pinot. $555 932. Bon, c'est pas ça. Comme dame avec une nuit de 11 heures. Une nuit de 11 heures? Ah oui, ça va tranquille. Bon, ça va, tranquillement. Un peu fatigué, mais on fait aller.
What was the last book you read, Sonny?
Something by Herringway, if I remember correctly.
Wow, really?
No.
Oh.
Ça me chiffe, il y a des endroits où je peux pas retourner. Attends, il y a peut-être un truc que j'ai pas bien analysé niveau 5.
Albert was madly...
J'ai pas d'indice niveau de la lettre. Est-ce que j'ai des endroits qui sont fermés maintenant? Résidence, j'ai déjà été.
Roachtown stirring.
Thank the gods we're not going to be here when it's fully awake.
I think the buzzing of the hive has its own charm, you know?
Yeah, from afar, on a postcard maybe. But for real? Oh, thanks but no thanks.
It seems so peaceful now, huh? Like a sleeping big cat. Peaceful now, but when it wakes, you're done.
You mean Laura, don't you?
Yeah. I admit I miss her, but I'm also a little afraid to go home to her.
I'm not surprised, since she hasn't heard from you in days.
Ça marche,
She's
bonne
gonna
balade.
pluck you,
Ah oui,
Marty.
vas-y, on te prendre une saucée.
Yeah.
pense qu'il y a un truc que j'ai pas, une info que j'ai pas eu parce que je peux pas accéder à la baraque de l'autre. Je pense que j'ai dû louper quelque chose. Peut-être que je repère la Bobo. Non, pas Bobo, mince, au raton laveur. Voilà, on verra bien.
One more coffee?
Thanks.
If there is a next time.
Je peux pas retourner à l'asile. Je pense que lui il aura pas plus de choses à me dire.
Oh, look what I found.
Furry gods. Another chicken police story.
And one of my favorites, too. Meredith outdid herself when she wrote this one.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, Sonny, you could read one day. They're not as bad as you think.
If it's about me and you, then I want none of it, thanks. Reality's more than enough. Got any good...
That's very wise advice. Why?
If you carry on like that, Marty, you too can...
C'est tout. Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas un truc que j'ai zappé ici?
Natasha became even more mysterious with every detail we learned about her.
You fell for her hard, huh?
It's nothing like that, Marty. I only met her one time. It just makes me crazy if I can't solve something. And she's something I just can't solve.
Maybe you have to accept this one, Boss Bird. That woman's out of your league. From a different world entirely.
You're probably right.
Human, huh? My partner loves these weird things.
You're who?
I got a new partner when you left.
When Blood Boil fired me.
Sure, when you were fired. His name is Melvin, a little greenhorn of an otter.
And where exactly is he?
I have no idea. We worked together for one day, then I told everyone I wasn't gonna work with anyone but you.
But you hated me.
Yeah. I was even a little afraid they'd call you back. But Blood Boil got it, so he let me work alone.
That feels strangely comforting. The phone's dead.
J'ai pas d'indication sur le lieu pour habiter. Je pense que c'est le dernier lieu qui me manque, mais comment j'y accède? Je peux pas retourner à 50 000 endroits. Le kiosque non, ici non plus. Bobo, je pense pas.
How are your secret experiments coming on, Doc?
That's why they call them secret.
I see.
I'm not gonna set foot in there.
Can I give you a piece of advice, Martin?
Of course, Bubo. Go on.
Take care of the old rooster, okay?
That's all I ever do, Doc.
Take care, you...
Will do, Auntie Ursula.
Hey, don't be saucy, young man.
I remember how beautifully you played, Ursula.
Come on, Sonny. You're making me blush. It was a long time ago.
I want to know the details.
Ursula used to play the piano at a place called the Coconut Cauldron every weekend. It was a lovely place.
And she was a lovely little thing, too.
Yeah, you said it, Doc.
Oh, boys, enough. Next time, I'll play something for you. I promise.
I hope there's gonna be a next time.
Said the dead man.
Bon, qu'est-ce que j'aurais loupé?
Memories, huh?
I remember every day. Mostly because I've had a limp ever since.
Next time, tell your partner not to shoot you with a shotgun.
Well, that's very good advice, Bubo. Thanks. I wish I'd heard it before.
Bon, je vais plutôt regarder les documents, mais... Je crois que j'ai tout regardé.
Molly, my ex-wife. It's a piece of a painting. Judge. Identical twins. And looking at it, they...
Ah, il doit manquer un truc. Ça me stresse. Il y a des trucs crochetés au-dessus, mais je peux pas y accéder. Il y a un truc que je sais pas le thème.
119 days left, Marty, and I'm out of here. As soon as I get my discharge papers, I'm leaving for the wilderness.
Ah, you know, I envy you a little.
It's not gonna be the real thing. Not on my own.
Why don't you take Natasha with you?
Huh. What are you even talking about?
Come on, Sonny. Cut the act. What are you hiding in there, Sonny?
You know, it's funny. I have no idea. I lost the key.
You want me to open it for you? I got a method.
Don't shoot my cabinet, Marty.
Ah, okay. We've done a lot of stupid things over the years, huh?
More than we should have, that's for sure.
Well, memories grow more beautiful with time. Today, I think what we did was done right.
It's a miracle we didn't burn down the city.
You see? We're getting better. I guess everything's about selfish reasons in the end.
Many heroes become heroes out of selfishness, Marty, but not all of them. There are many unsung heroes, too. who already knew that nobody was going to hear about their deeds.
I hope you're not talking about us.
No, Marty, we're not heroes.
Yeah.
Parce que là j'ai tout regardé. J'ai rien d'autre à voir.
Buddy, you really need...
I thought about it too, Marty, but I'm still searching for a lunatic who'd take the job.
I'm sure Lewis would do it. I'd love to see him in a fancy little skirt.
Moron. But at least you finally managed to remember his name.
Really? Shit. I was trying to say it wrong.
J'essaie de l'appeler, Louis, mais j'y arrive pas.
I'm pretty, am I?
I simply can't take my eyes off you.
Good.
I've also forgiven you.
Oui, mais ça me l'a déjà dit. Oh, qu'est-ce que j'ai pu louper? Dans les papiers, il n'y a pas l'adresse de l'autre. Ah non, de toute façon, j'ai... Peut-être que je rappelle l'asile, mais... C'était quoi le numéro de l'asile déjà? Oui, bah oui. Parce que je sais qu'il y avait un truc avec le... Dans la prison, dans la cellule. Il y avait un truc avec le mur que j'ai pas pu faire. Et ça se trouve c'est ça. C'est quoi le numéro de l'hôpital? C'était dans quoi? Hôpital psychiatrique. Ça me saoule, ça me saoule. j'ai plus les objets de toute façon. Ah non, j'ai plus le... Je crois que j'ai le numéro de téléphone de l'hôpital.
Strange. If they...
Évidemment, je suppose que le téléphone ne mémorise pas les numéros déjà composés. Pourquoi je peux pas retourner à l'hôpital?
That were...
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah, tache de sang.
Any better?
Not really.
I'm curious about how they killed her. There were no injuries on her body as far as we could see.
Well, if all goes well, we'll learn about that soon.
Or not.
Or not. Wouldn't be the first time.
Finalement, il n'y a rien par terre.
Strange, but I have a terrible feeling of déjà vu.
Déjà vu. Bon, je vais cogner les lunettes, mais je vois pas comment accéder au dernier endroit. Et si... Parce que si j'ai plus accès à l'hôpital et que c'était à l'hôpital que j'avais l'indice pour la baraque, en gros je suis juste bloqué bloqué dans le jeu quoi. C'est pas, je pense pas que ce soit possible. J'ai plus le téléphone. Attends, je vais regarder si je peux retrouver le téléphone de l'hôpital psychiatrique. quoi ce numéro de téléphone? Cinq 966. Pas de réponse. Ah merde. Merde. Je vois pas quoi faire. Bon. On va refaire les endroits. Putain, un bouquin. Ok. C'est pas ça qui va me faire avancer dans le jeu, mais non.
Do you have any fresh information for us, Uncle Mullen?
Genre, là je peux
Of
trouver,
course. Still crisp and warm, like a fresh newspaper.
Ouais. Bah, la résidence de Wessler, tiens.
What do you know about the Wessler Mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you. Or two.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous? It's a fortress, so it has giant walls, watchtowers, and of course, Wessler's hired thugs are waiting for you there.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's a beautiful place, I must admit. At least you'll kick the bucket with mouths hanging open in wonder.
That's something.
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
Ouais, mais il me dit pas plus où aller, quoi. Ah, j'y peux plus accès.
Hello, Big Boss.
Hail to thee, O father of all syrups.
J'ai peut-être des trucs à faire obligatoirement pour y accéder. Enfin, je sais pas, parler. J'ai fait tous les dialogues normalement. C'est ça que je comprends pas. Lui, je peux pas rien lui
He
demander.
just stands there.
One more coffee, boys?
Thanks, Zip.
If there is an...
Ah non, ça tourne en rond le dialogue là.
So, that Monty guy. Yeah, I'd rather pass on him. When I made him do the dishes last time, he broke more than he cleaned.
Aha, very funny.
Did you know that Caston Mavis is gonna play here next week?
What? You hear that, Sonny? It's a sign. We can't die tonight.
I was just joking, Marty.
No.
You hear that, Marty? It's a sign. We can still die tonight.
Je me demande s'il n'y a pas eu un bug au niveau de là parce que j'ai pas l'endroit qui se débloque quoi.
And good old Mull and the pain and
Attends.
Yeah, I can already see us on the next front page.
or maybe in the obituaries.
Ah, you cranky, croaking old crow. I have a feeling if a nuclear bomb fell on the city, this place would still be standing.
Yeah, and Mullen would be there too, even if there were no one left to buy newspapers.
Oh, that's quite romantic, Sonny, honey.
Extremes are always romantic, Marty, my boy.
It's still not too late for us, you know? I'll grab Laura and we'll all just get out of the city.
Wouldn't it be great?
You could finally take me to Averia like you promised.
I never promised that, but yeah, it would be great.
So, we're gonna get ourselves shot to pieces already, or what?
Hell yeah. Since when do you drive a wonder machine like that, old beaver?
No, that's not mine. My son left it to me for safekeeping while he's working abroad.
The Cubs still visit home often, then.
They're good kids. They come to visit me several times a year, and if they're not here, I still have you boys.
You're fortunate indeed, Uncle Mullen.
Sure I am.
You know, if we survive this, we might need a couple of good lawyers.
You could be right about that, Marty. Who do you think will sue us first, Wessler or the PD?
My bet's on good old Blood Boil.
I'll take it.
Je suis même pas le commissariat en plus.
What do you know about the Wessler mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring it.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous? It's a fortress, so it has giant walls.
Yeah, sounds...
It's a beautiful place, I must admit. At least you'll kick the bucket with mouths.
That's something.
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
Mais c'est tout, il me dit pas où c'est.
Do you have any fresh...
Of course.
C'est bon, c'est bon. Je fais pas un truc avec Bubo, c'est pas possible, ou ailleurs.
All this marvelous stuff, huh?
I wasn't asking for your opinion, you croaking crow.
Hey, oh, careful with the racist remarks, will ya?
Ah, Vice has arrived, I see.
Ah, clucking monkey.
What'd you say, Martin?
I said I'm clunky.
Can I give you a piece?
Of course.
Take care of the old...
Ah non, j'aurais tout dit.
Take care, you said.
Will do.
Putain, si c'est un bug, ça va être... ça va me saouler. Parce que là, j'ai tout fait. J'étais partout. Et j'ai deux endroits qui sont bloqués, là. Qu'est-ce qui me manque? Je vais regarder une solution sinon, mais ça me saoule, quoi. J'étais à l'hôtel. Résidence secondaire, hôtel, le kiosque j'ai tout fait, là j'ai tout fait. Résidence, bah y a rien de spécial à faire. Alors, je loupe un indice, mais c'est pas possible. Non, là, attention, il m'a dit que tout est fait. Le téléphone il marche pas, là il y a rien de spécial.
Molly. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only... Oh man, I totally get you.
Il y a un truc où il y a l'adresse et que j'ai loupé, mais c'est vraiment... C'est vraiment un truc à la con. C'est vrai que j'ai la fonction zoom aussi. Parce que j'ai pas oublié d'activer la fonction zoom sur un endroit spécial. Ça m'étonnerait pas. Sur les photos où je fais zoom.
When all of this is over, I'm... It's like we're the only one. I simply... Good. I've also forgiven you.
Ouais, il me dit rien de plus, lui. Avec les photos, on a tout regardé.
Role models exist.
Là, on a fait, là, on a fait.
Maybe I should look... I don't even... If nothing else. All the... Nothing interesting in there. Huh. If only Monica would take the job. Strange. Strange.
Je vois rien que j'ai oublié. Ah, ça m'agace. Ah, putain! Je peux ressortir dehors. Ah, me dites pas que c'est ça.
So, you're going now to confront Mr. Whistler?
We have no other choice, Lewis. We're gonna see it through to the end.
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not about courage or pride either. It's simply...
Stubbornness?
Mostly, yeah.
Ah.
I
Bah,
just
je peux lui poser la
realized.
question.
Ibn at the Tsar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long
Putain, je savais pas
time
qu'on pouvait
now.
ressortir dehors en faisant.
Do you
en
remember
faisant
what
B.
Natasha said about him?
En faisant rond.
That he's been acting strange recently?
Exactly. Like, he's not himself anymore.
J'espère que c'est ça, sinon je vois pas.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well, it's how we make our living, Sonny. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us.
Yeah, right. Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
So, what's the plan? We shove the letter and our theory in his face and see what happens?
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so, too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told
Oui,
me
c'est
she
ça, elle a dit
loved
qu'elle
him
aimait sa
in
façon.
her own way.
In her own way, huh?
Ouais.
And could she love two rats in her...
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it, even to herself.
Nouveau lieu, oui. Putain, c'était ça.
What do you think, now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
Je crois que je vais devenir dingue.
I'm not as sure of that as you are, boss. But we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about
Ouais,
it.
il y a des gens comme ça.
There are people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Putain, mais en plus, si j'avais regardé dans une soluce, du coup, il m'aurait pas indiqué, parce que comme un con, j'avais pas fait rond, donc... Bah oui, entrée. Je savais pas qu'on pouvait sortir de l'hôtel, moi, comme un con.
Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother, and in revenge, she cut open his stomach and filled it with rocks.
Loup Barjot qui a dévoré les enfants d'une chef. Pour se venger, elle lui a ouvert le ventre et rempli de cailloux.
Do
Ça
I
me rappelle une
remember?
histoire, ouais.
I'll never forget it. Hell, that was a slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This one exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now, just the void.
Yeah, spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre?
I never thought I'd ever look at this place and think of it as home.
Life's weird, isn't it? I didn't think that after what I did to you, we'd work together again.
You mean when you shot me?
Mais
You know I
pourquoi?
had my reasons, Sonny.
Mais oui, mais c'est quoi tes raisons? On veut les savoir, nom de Dieu!
Yeah. Have I ever, apologized?
Ah, ça me rend fou.
I don't think so.
Then let's leave it that way.
Hey,
Mais
I
non!
apologize for shooting you, Boss Bird.
That's okay, Marty. It happens even to the best of friends.
I'll remember what you've just said, and I'll never
Ah,
forget
j'en
it.
peux plus.
Yeah? Well, don't try to take advantage of it.
Who, me? What do you think of me?
Putain, ils ont intérêt à nous le dire à la fin. Bon, bah ça j'ai déjà examiné. Ah, rue embrumée, tiens.
This fog's almost impenetrable.
Strange, but somehow this time I feel it's a good omen.
Really? How come?
I don't know. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, you're not getting ready to die, are you, old man? If we're going on a suicide mission, I think I should know.
Why, haven't I told you yet?
You're not funny.
Bon, bah je crois que cette fois on est good. Ouais, on va voir le dernier lieu. Le manoir situé quelque part au bout du monde, tout criminel milliardaire, ce qui se répète, se doit d'en avoir un. Allez, c'est parti. Attends, je vais reparler au Lapino.
Well, good luck, guys.
C'est la dernière
Thanks,
fois qu'on
Louis.
se parle. Hein.
We could use some luck, that's for sure.
Bon, ouais, c'est parti.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Ah ouais.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us. And Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really? Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Is this a mansion? Or a grand palace?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
Tu m'étonnes.
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits. As you may...
Ah putain, moi je les ai zappés. Chevaliera.
Huh, one of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
Wow. Bon, manoir, entrée, belle voiture, chevaliera. Ah, Serge, j'ai pas fait.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse.
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monsters.
What?
Juste de
Oh,
poulet.
you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Bon, allez, entrée.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest fans.
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel?
Gros minou, bonne Julie. Bonne Julie.
Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Ouais, le bélier.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Putain, tu sais que je me suis bloqué comme un con pour rien. Je me dis, putain, je trouve pas l'emplacement de l'endroit. Et comme un con, dans l'hôtel, j'ai pas vu qu'en faisant rond, du coup, je pouvais sortir de l'hôtel, parler et récupérer l'info pour aller au lieu, en fait. Comme un con. Ah mais ouais, mais... Vraiment le blocage de merde, quoi. J'étais prêt à aller voir une soluce, mais j'aurais rien trouvé. Vu que c'était pas un truc énigmatique.
I do sense something. A case of hyper stupidity.
And utter incompetence.
C'est sympa, ça.
You're right.
Ouais, bravo.
Don't shit with me, you foul. It won't work well for you. I'm afraid my partner speaks the truth, gentlemen.
Such tall and handsome creatures, aren't they, partner?
Sure are, partner.
Allons-y.
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty.
We'll
wait
shoot.
until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Ouais. Olivia.
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Much more than me, I guess.
That wouldn't be hard.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin!
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
Oh là.
What
Oh.
do they not understand, Olivia?
Ah bah là on voit bien la différenciation entre le corps et...
What is it exactly
humain et la tête
that our
d'animal.
guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss, Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Natasha, plutôt.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko. I tried to warn you.
Thanks, Olivia?
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Ah oui, on a appris même des trucs que tu voulais pas qu'on apprenne.
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried
C'est
to handle
trap.
things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
On dirait ma kawaii quand elle bouille.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait,
Oh là,
detectives.
merde.
I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Alors... De toute façon, je pense que je vais plus en apprendre que sur les personnages. Un chat soumis à un rat, ouais, on aura tout vu. Hein. Ah bah ça y est, on a enfin sa photo. C'est un fou dangereux. Ah, je m'y perds avec ces trucs. Voilà. Natacha tentait de nous éloigner de la demeure de Wessler. Pourquoi? Parce qu'elle s'inquiétait pour nous. Ou avait-elle une autre idée derrière la tête? Olivier a tenté de nous chasser du manoir. C'est étrange, elle avait l'air très inquiète pour nos vies. Bah, tu m'étonnes. Bon. Le fameux
This
tableau.
painting. It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
Bah oui, c'est le morceau qu'ils ont.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Quelle chatte. Je crois qu'on voit pas en plus.
Really?
C'est caché.
Really? It's here with us.
Bah oui, c'est caché pile là.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy,
Ah,
Wessler. We'll get
oui.
to that in a bit.
Oui, quelle chatte. Oui. Bah oui, on voit rien. Bah on voit des, on voit des poils. Ah non, c'est pas des poils, c'est de la peau, d'accord. Ah, attends, est-ce qu'il y a des trucs...
This estate is rather impressive,
Moi je cherche
Mr.
les issues de
Wessler.
secours, j'ai pas confiance.
Well, thank you.
Ah, tu vas me faire passer pour qui?
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
C'est toi qui explique ton
No, no, just
C'est
thinking
pas vrai.
aloud.
Non. Je suis pur. Je suis pur et chaste. Ah, bouquin. Est-ce que je les ai tous du coup? Ah non, apparemment non. Parce qu'il y aura un
Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that.
Putain, comme ils insistent. Voilà.
Do
Moi, je prends
you
le
keep a
pistolet.
revolver in your bedroom?
Je viens de manquer de s'étouffer avec son eau. Bah oui. Ah voilà, comme Seb.
Yeah, a bad habit.
I agree.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare
Vous voulez pas un whisky d'abord?
It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Voilà.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
Ouais.
More like
Grand poète.
prophetic.
Prophétique.
And
Oh.
that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
C'est pas un qui va me faire peur. Hein. Ouais. Bon, table de chevet. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre à regarder? Tableau, l'écouteur. Fenêtre. Je crois qu'on a tout vu. Hein. Ben, on a tout vu. Bon, bah, allons-y.
Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Du genre social.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Et GG pour les level up. GG à Swai, il y a Haru qui se plaignait de pas avoir de level up et Nino. GG à tous.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or... Oh,
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that,
Faut pas
shall
lancer
we?
les fleurs, ça les abîme.
What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Surtout si on marche dessus après.
oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Allez, bah ça va être... Ah non, c'est déjà demandé, puis après ce sera l'interrogatoire.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Ah ouais, du coup, les messages, c'est son autre personnalité.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
Ah l'enfant.
What did you just say?
Ah le bâtard.
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're
Quelle
interested.
enflure!
You son of a bitch.
Oh, il a pas dit... non, il a dit la vraie insulte, là, donc il est vraiment vénère. C'est pas poussin de merle.
Sonny, don't.
Groll chicken style.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
J'ai cru qu'il allait le cacter.
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still,
Ah ouais, t'as vu?
he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
Tu veux des questions claires, tu vas les avoir.
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
More like a confession.
In which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not, normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
Dans ta gueule.
What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness?
Ah bah ça y est, on passe à l'interrogatoire. Attends, je vais juste regarder. Bah non, de toute façon j'ai rien récupéré. C'est parti. Oh là!
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Ah mais là l'interrogatoire il peut m'être fatal quoi.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Vous voulez mettre tout le monde sous votre coupe, non? Qu'avez-vous? Quand avez-vous décidé de prendre la place de votre frère?
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious. From the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the
Tout à
same
fait la même
thing,
chose,
haven't
oui.
you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you?
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Ok, vous voulez mettre tout le monde sous votre coupe, non? Pourquoi mutiler? Pourquoi ne pas l'avoir tué tout de suite? Vous êtes déjà mis à croire que vous étiez... alors... Éviter qu'il y ait un buster... Alors, vous voulez mettre tout le monde sous votre coupe, non?
Did you ever believe that you were Ibn Wessler?
Did I ever believe? I still do. I believed it all along. Don't you get it? I am Ibn Wessler.
And also, Albert Wessler.
I see you're starting to understand.
Ok. Vous avez aimé arracher la langue de votre propre frère, comment c'était, donc vous sentez désormais comme étant les
So
deux
you
personnes à la
feel
fois.
you're two people at the same
On
time,
va assister là-dessus.
even now.
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Quoi, il a mangé son frère? C'est dégueulasse.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
Il est adorable.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Ouais, ouais, ouais. Ça, je pense que c'est fait référence à ça.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, detective.
Ok. Vous auriez fait quoi si Natacha avait découvert la vérité? Vous l'auriez tué aussi. C'était ça votre plan, prendre sa place et vivre heureux pour toujours? Qu'est-ce qui vous fait croire que vous pouviez duper Natacha?
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
Ibn, si vous êtes parmi nous, faites bouger 3 fois le lampadaire. Enfin là, 3 fois.
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her. right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
D'accord. Alors, retourner sa cruauté. J'ai vu ça m'attendre. Psychopathe, retourner sa cruauté contre lui. Donc il faut. Alors attends, que vous fait pour qu'Iben décide de vous faire enfermer. Vous savez que vous êtes une pâle copie. Vous pensez pouvoir tout expliquer avec votre folie. Vous avez aimé mener tout le monde au bout du museau, non? Ouais, c'est un peu. Il y en a qui se ressemblent un petit peu.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
It's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone. Locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Bon. On est bien pour l'instant quand vous décidez que nous aussi nous devions mourir. Qui essayez-vous le plus
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Ah merde. J'ai perdu. Si vous aviez encore des tripes, vous pointeriez cette arme sur vos propres têtes. Natacha était gentille avec nous, non? Trop gentille même.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle,
il dit
kind,
lui, il parle de lui et son frère.
Still so distant.
Oh, il commence à trembler là.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? This is the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Okay.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me. Can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
Bah, en gros, il est les deux, mais
You
il
can't
est
be
personne.
two
C'est
people at the same
compliqué.
time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same.
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Oh non.
So long, Albert.
Élémentaire, mon cher Marty. 60, bon, ça va. Voilà. Appuiera pas. Est-ce qu'il va plumer le... Il a plombé le poulet? Ah, c'est... Oh, c'est Natacha. Oh.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
Quoi? Ouais, voilà. Et encore, t'as pas vu le tableau. Elle est encore mieux.
I'm sorry I dragged you into
Bah
this.
ça va, écoute, on est sur la fin du jeu là. On avait un rat qui avait tué son frère jumeau pour prendre sa place, mais il était les deux en même temps et c'était compliqué.
The cops.
Il avait des
But
soucis avec
how?
ses problèmes.
How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Légitime défense.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
La femme qui avait une arme.
Hello, boys.
Now, before you say
Toi, ça
anything,
va?
we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Tranquillum, bah c'est bien.
Hey, mine too.
Now,
sûr.
Vol, that's furry. We don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
Don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just
Qu'il
happened.
est con. Et GG Shady pour level up.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law, but we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So, can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
Adieu ma jolie. Bon, on va peut-être regarder les infos que j'ai eues du coup. Natacha nous a sauvé le vie à temps. Quand Albert a tout révélé, et voilà, c'est tout. Mais est-ce vraiment fini? Eh, j'ai quand même... je pense qu'il y avait moyen de me faire buter quand même, hein, si je répondais mal. Hein. Je vais bien gérer le truc. Quelle surprise, finalement, c'est elle qui appuie sur la détente et nous a sauvés. Mais bien sûr, on se serait pas retrouvé dans cette situation si elle nous avait pas entraîné là-dedans. Bah oui, hein. La boucle est bouclée. Hein. Ah, Monica, que ferait-on sans elle? Monica savait ce qu'on préparait et informait les autres juste à temps. Sans elle, les sbires de Whistler nous auraient probablement crié le bal. Et il a eu du flair, le chien. Oh là, du Resident Evil, bah j'ai fait le 4, je te rappelle. D'ailleurs, j'ai jamais fini ma seconde run en hardcore. Le petit cœur poilu du vieil homme s'est adouci avec le temps, et tout ce qu'il a fallu, c'était la chute d'un empire du crime, rien de plus. Il y en a 3 ans. Bah le problème c'est que moi j'aime bien découvrir les jeux en fait en stream, de faire des jeux que j'ai pas fait. Et le problème c'est que bah, je les ai déjà fait, donc ça me motive beaucoup moins. Albert est convaincu qu'il et lui ne font qu'un, 2 âmes sœurs dans le même corps. 2 âmes dans le même corps, je sais même pas quoi penser de toute cette histoire, mais quelque chose est sûr, Albert est une bête féroce, il faut qu'on l'arrête coûte que coûte. Bon, de toute façon c'est fini. Hein. Il aurait fait n'importe quoi pour empêcher que son secret se divulgue, mais il était trop tard, Natacha sentait que quelque chose allait pas chez lui, et Albert savait qu'il s'en sortirait pas. C'est simple, extrêmement simple même. Oui, c'est très simple. Ah, mon pote Timothy.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Tout le monde le déteste, moi j'adore le nounours. Et t'avais un clin d'œil à Resident, enfin t'avais plusieurs clins d'œil. Hein. T'as le méchant, c'était Albert Wessler.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Clock off, Tim.
Va te faire pondre.
Hey!
Le pauvre.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Ah, je préfère Jill aussi, j'avoue.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it
of
her.
Parce que c'est plus simple avec
It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
Star.
So, What now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything...
Ah, j'ai enfin fini le Kiwami. Hier. Ah ouais, putain, le reboot, c'est vraiment
Yes,
beau, hein.
I
Le
know where to
combat
find you.
contre Nishiki, c'était magnifique.
See you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am.
Goodbye, detectives.
C'est tout? Oui, maintenant.
Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's hers.
Yeah.
Pourquoi ces photos coquines?
Strange how someone so...
Ah bah putain, je l'ai coupé dans son élan, désolé, pote. Ah bah y a tout le monde.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you.
For what exactly?
For trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employer's dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
C'est bien de voir qu'il y a un cœur là-dessus.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Bosco.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately...
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
Oh là, Koua, c'est quoi cette icône?
That's your
C'est quoi cette
story.
émoticône là?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Voilà, moralité, ta gueule, Bosco.
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately...
Et lui, il me fait
that
penser
seemed to be the
au...
only
Ah putain,
solution
dans
to
les...
this, rather
Dans...
nasty
Mince.
situation. Fortunately,
Dans...
it didn't turn out that
Putain,
way.
comment ça s'appelle
Joyful.
Un mec qui paraît qui a un accent, qui fait genre... qui a un gros accent français.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Ah, comme il se fout de sa gueule. Il va vous bouffer, les gars, faites gaffe. On peut se barrer maintenant, non? Toujours pas? Il faut que je fasse
And
quoi, là?
what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right. Thank you.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place, right?
Well, I won't argue about that.
Thank you.
Ah, c'est tout, d'accord, ok. Alors, qu'est-ce qui
Just
manque?
one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Ah, bah voilà, Filmar.
You? What are you doing here?
Ah, t'as envie de te faire R2? Ah oui, après le 4, oui. Le normal ou le remake?
I was just driving around, you know.
Bah le truc c'est que moi j'aime bien découvrir en fait les jeux, les faire... Enfin... je pourrais éventuellement faire un jeu que j'ai déjà fait, mais c'est pas pareil, j'ai pas le... Tu vois le truc quoi. Toi je sais que t'aimes bien, bah oui toi c'est Resident Evil, donc toi ça te gêne pas. Mais j'aime bien découvrir en même temps que les gens en fait.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So, was it a case?
C'est pour ça qu'il y a des jeux je regrette de pas les avoir fait en stream, parce que bon...
What can I say,
Sonny? Fait kiffer quoi.
Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
Ah, ils ont fait leur remake quoi.
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Piece of guano. Ah là là, meilleure vanne.
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Ces insultes.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
You wish, pal.
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you much.
Yeah, not much.
Anyway, it's good to see you.
Bon, ok, on a épuisé toutes les discussions.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans. And a lot of money, of course.
That too.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen.
Ça y est.
The Chicken Police, in the flesh.
Fallait parler
Damn it, Tim, drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police, say cheese.
Cheese. Ouais. Et voilà. Et voilà, ainsi s'achève l'enquête des poulets. Et les poulets ne sont pas fait plomber. Par contre, il y a 3 choses qui m'énervent. Premièrement, pourquoi les couleurs sont parties? Où elles sont parties? Pourquoi il n'y a plus que le rouge? Deuxième chose. Pourquoi il lui a tiré dessus? Pourquoi? Je veux savoir pourquoi. Et troisième chose, je crois que j'ai oublié. Oh, j'aime trop la version du poulet de gauche à droite. Comment ça change. Et oui, les humains aussi, du coup. Qu'est-ce que... Que sont les humains, du coup? Oh, le minou! Ah, sympa les photos de films. Bah oui, ouais, il y en a que j'avais reconnues, mais pas toutes. Ah, ça c'est un générique sympa. J'ai bien aimé. Des poulets. Poulet. Ah, j'aime bien les petites photos comme ça durant la conception du jeu. Pareil, sa femme, on sait pas ce qu'elle est devenue. Molly, là. Ah oui, putain, oui, ils ont vraiment reproduit les trucs, quoi. Ah, putain, oui, il y a des fiches de films que je connais pas. D'accord, mais ça va un peu vite, là, je peux pas tout lire. Puis c'est en anglais en plus. Dooge, Bosco, Sony, Cookie, Profi, Elvis, Mowgli, Procolt, Vori, Mouti, Zepik, Mr. Pinky, Zeslik. Vraiment Chandler. Tim Schafer, d'accord. Bien. Hayao Miyazaki. Moi, est-ce qu'on va savoir pourquoi il l'a tiré dessus? To be continued. Oh! Ah! Scène post-générique.
Natasha?
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now. Somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Ah non, Koua, tu t'as gâché ce beau moment là.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Pourquoi il t'a tiré dessus? Crache le morceau. Et pareil, non, voilà, je me rappelle la troisième chose. Où est passée la mouche? Ah, il y avait son numéro de téléphone. Et j'aurais bien aimé qu'on visite chez les insectes là. Enfin, on n'a pas vu la ruche et tout ça du coup. Dommage. Ça aurait été sympa. Ah voilà. Ainsi s'achève Chicken Police. Je sais pas s'il y en a un autre d'ailleurs, parce qu'il m'était to be continued, mais je me pose la question. Je vais me renseigner, tiens. Chicken Police 2. Voilà, apparemment ils en parlent pas, donc pas sûr que le 2 se fasse. Ils en parlent pas. Oui, God Simulator, je l'ai fait, mais ça c'est complètement barré. Hein. Faut pas chercher. C'est pas Simulator, hein, parce que c'est pas un vrai simulateur de chèvre. C'est un simulateur que le nom est parce qu'il y a une chèvre. Mais non, c'est complètement what the fuck. peut-être une référence aux autres fins. Comment ça, autres fins? Il n'y a pas d'autre fin dans le jeu. Hein. Je pense qu'il n'y a qu'une fin. Hein. Ah, c'est où tu réussis ou tu meurs. Hein. Alors, du coup, il est 18h30. Je pensais qu'il se finirait beaucoup plus tôt. Je pensais pas qu'il restait autant de choses à faire. Donc, commencer un autre truc maintenant, ça va être un peu tendax, je pense. Selon les actions, les indices, je pense pas. Hein, je vais regarder, mais. Chicken Police. Fin. Alors attends, qu'est-ce qu'ils me mettent? Vidéo de Chicken Police fin. Je tapais différentes fins. Différentes fins. Et ils me foutent les poules en plastique. J'ai pas l'impression hein, qu'il y ait plusieurs fins. Je pense pas. Je tapais différentes fins, ils me mettent rien, donc moi à mon avis, il n'y a qu'une fin. Hein. Puis non, de toute façon, tous les indices, tout est... Bah, pour moi, c'est un truc linéaire, c'est censé t'amener à une seule fin, quoi. Ah, il y a une fin secrète? T'as vu ça où? Je savais pas. Bon. Chicken secrète, fin secrète. Chicken secrète, c'est Chicken Police. Non mais si Chicken, je l'écris C-H-I-K-E-N. Au secours. Le mec sait plus écrire. Fin secrète. Oh, to get the secret ending. Oh! In English. To get the secret ending, you need to collect all Chicken Police novels. Ah ouais, mais je pensais tous les avoir, moi, les bouquins. 10 ah, je suis sûr qu'il m'en manquait quasiment pas. Attends, je vais regarder. Chicken Police en secrète. Vidéo. Je vois pas de vidéo de la fin secrète. Ah non, parce que pourtant les bouquins, j'étais presque sûr de tous les avoir. Bon, c'est pas grave, hein, de toute façon, je sais pas ce que ça changerait. Peut-être est-ce qu'il expliquerait pourquoi il s'est fait tirer dessus? Parce que c'est vraiment voilà, c'est comme dans Unmetal avec l'histoire de la corde, tu le sais jamais, donc. Alors repose-toi, t'inquiète. Si jamais dimanche je viens, enfin. Oui, je pense que je... Alors je sais pas si je resterai toute la soirée, mais oui, je ferai quelques parties. Ah bah t'arrives après la fin, oui. Ah bah là on a résolu l'enquête, on s'est pas fait plumer. Parce que moi en fait j'étais bien tenté de... Parce que je pensais que ça se finirait plus tôt, donc moi j'aurais bien lancé... J'étais bien tenté de commencer Yakuza et Like a Dragon, mais là ça fait tard quoi. Oui mais j'ai vu tes level up. C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. Ah, je suis bien tenté de lancer, de commencer le Yakuza Like a Dragon, mais bon, ça va faire 1h30, hein, on va pas pouvoir jouer plus, hein. Ça vous tente ou pas? Ça me fait chier de partir là, ça fait tôt. Je me voyais bien rester jusqu'à 8h, 8h30, quoi. Bon, si ça vous tente, manifestez-vous dans le chat, sinon... Ah, tu viens de te poser, t'as le temps. Bah écoutez, je vous laisse réfléchir, vous me dites si vous voulez, je vais juste aux toilettes rapidos et je vois suivant ce que vous avez décidé. À tout de suite. Bon, ouais. Alors, let's go. Ouais, bah c'est pas Koua qui dira non. Comment tu le sens toi? Tu es en forme ou pas? Oui, bah oui, je peux tenir. Je suis pas. Je suis préparé pour tenir jusqu'à 8h, 8h30, donc. Ouais, jusqu'à ce que le colloque rentre, quoi. Je serai là jusqu'à 19h50 et après 20h30. Ouais. Bah de toute façon, ça sera 8h, 8h30, donc. La voix de la raison. Il a l'air de dire qu'il trouvait ça dommage de... Bah oui, mais... Bah en fait, comme je dis, moi je pensais que le jeu se finirait beaucoup plus tôt, vu que là où on en était, mais du coup non. Je veux dire, t'as intérêt à y jouer. Moi je vote et je dis il bluffe. Et voilà, bah Koua a compris, je bluffais, voilà. Je serai pas là alors, donc mon avis compte pas. Bah tu seras là pour une partie quand même, là. Tu seras là pour au moins 1 heure. Bah attendez, de toute façon je vais être obligé de couper relancer, hein, ça, même si ça dure pas, parce qu'ils vont me déco du stream quand je vais quitter le jeu. Je vais juste changer directement le titre. Ah, je suis con, pourquoi je le fais pas d'ici directement? Putain, faut que je trouve un titre en plus. Bah du coup on commence là et après ça sera alors peut-être lundi, peut-être mardi. Parce que je sais que lundi je finis tôt, mais après ça dépend si le coloc bah, il est pas censé être là, mais après s'il est là, voilà. Ça dépendra. Je crois que mardi je suis en repos, enfin de toute façon je préviendrai, mais là de toute façon c'est sûr ce week-end il y aura pas de stream. D'ailleurs oui, tiens, j'en profite, il y a l'ami Sway qui fait son anniversaire de... Putain, attendez, je vous le mettrai après. Sway LOL qui fait son anniversaire, c'est pas son anniversaire de chaîne, c'est son anniversaire. Elle fait un live 24 heures. Je vous mettrai son lien, n'hésitez pas à la suivre si vous la suivez pas. Gestion... Hop... Alors... Non, pas Mike. Ah putain, il y a déjà la catégorie, ils ont déjà mis Like Dragon Gaiden. Putain, ils perdent pas de temps, hein. Bon, pareil, ça va rester 18 plus, hein. Stratégie. Ok. Ça. Ah, attendez, parce qu'il faut que je mette... Quoi, trouve-moi un truc, un titre. J'ai pas d'inspi. C'est glitché. Ah, trouve-moi un truc. Je sais pas, j'ai pas d'inspiration. Juste pour là, enfin je sais pas. Attends. Ah, c'est Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh, j'ai trouvé. Hein. Non, c'est fait trop long. Et tout le monde aura pas la ref. Quoi, Like a Dragon? Non, j'ai pas dit un titre où t'es dedans. J'ai demandé un titre. Non mais sérieux. Ryoga Gotoku. Non, j'ai pas fini Goose Game. Mais il reste qu'un niveau. Je le ferai... Bon, tu me diras, j'aurais pu le faire là, mais flemme. Sinon, j'ai envie de jouer à Yakuza. Quoi, Like a Dragon? Non mais sérieux. Putain, fais chier. Putain, je vais passer 3 plombes à chercher un titre, au secours. Voilà. Allez, on va mettre ça. Voilà. Il est content, il a mis sa connerie. Voilà. Donc soit qui fera un live de 24 heures demain à partir de midi. Donc n'hésitez pas à passer la voir. C'est toujours très chill, très bonne ambiance et tout. Donc voilà. Yakuza voleur de boules. Non, j'ai déjà mis. Mais c'est pas grave. Du coup je lance le jeu et bah en espérant que ça vous dégage pas et je vous dis à tout de suite.